Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day and that your December is off to a beautiful start. I want to share with you the cutest little Christmas trees that I created using baking cups. I shared on Instagram how I created this one out of green glass beads. This one, I also did some beadwork to represent little ornaments. This one has a glass glitter star that I dipped in glitter and some ribbon. And I love the texture that the baking cups give. It really does look like little, branches of a tree. To create your trees, you're going to want to use some baking cups. Now these are paper baking cups. The ones I picked up are from Walmart, but they are the smallest size that you can possibly buy for little mini cupcakes. And you want to take your little baking cup and you want to flatten it out. And do you see that when you flatten it out, you get these little ridges? All you want to do is fold it in half and then fold it in half once more. And you're left with a little cone triangle shape. And you want to repeat the same step on 2 other cups. Now that you have your 3 little cones creased, you want to open it up and add some glue. You want to apply the glue right on the side, not at the bottom, so that you can pinch the side together and you still have an opening at the bottom. Repeat the same step for all 3 of your little cones. Once you have your 3 little cones folded and glued, you want to choose which part of your little tree is going to be the top, so it's going to be this one. And on this one, we're not going to add any glue to the top. See that little pocket that we created? That is where we're going to then attach the layers of the tree. So on the rest of your little cones, you want to apply glue right on the top part where it meets the triangle, and then you want to put it right inside that little pocket and press. Just like that. And you want to repeat the same step until you get to the bottom of your tree. And by doing this, you create that layered effect that looks like crepe paper. It looks like you created these little pleats, but all you did is you used baking cups that have that beautiful look to them and texture that I think mimics, the look of trees pretty beautifully. And now you have a cute little tree that you can decorate with any type of embellishments that you want. I'm going to be sharing with you 2 different methods. So one of our trees are going to be decorated with little stars, little confetti stars, and our other tree is going to be decorated with antique lace. All I'm going to do is just take my glue and I'm just going to add the glue randomly on my tree. And then I'm just going to take my little glittered stars and add them right to my tree. And you want to make sure you spread out the little stars. Do you see? Oh my gosh, this is the cutest thing. It actually looks like little stars that are lit up on your little Christmas tree. Once it has dried, it's time to turn your little tree into a tag if you desire to. And I like doing this step now because once you punch the hole to create your tag, you can then add your little tree topper and basically cover up that little hole so it's not so obvious. It's just for decorative purposes. So I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to make a hole. Take some thread for my tag. And you can use ribbon, you can use sari silk. I'm using thread because it's tiny and the hole is pretty small. The way that I like to make them is kind of like little hang tags. Just make a little knot at the top and then pull. So now you have your tag created. And now we can add our little tree topper. And I like to add glue right on top of that little hole so that the thread stays put and also you're securing your topper so it doesn't go anywhere. And then press that in. And you are finished creating your beautiful layered paper Christmas tree. Alright, so now we're going to be creating the one that's a little bit more tricky, which is with fabric. So I have my little elements here that I think will make this tree look really elegant and beautiful. So I know I want to add that to the top. I have this beautiful piece of Victorian lace that is so fragile And I always wondered how to use something this delicate. We're going to put it on our tree. And I have this handmade crocheted lace. And this project is beautiful for your small little trims that are sometimes difficult to use. So I applied fabric glue on every layer just so that it's easier. And you can hand sew this. Of course, it'll give it more of like a handmade vintage feel to it. You know you created something fully by hand without using adhesives, and it does give it like a very special homemade feel. But because this lace, like this is handmade lace, like these pieces are already so elaborately beautiful that you can just apply them with glue, and I think they'll be fine. Then we have this gorgeous one. Let's see. Oh my gosh, that couldn't have been cuter. The bottom one, because it's a little bit longer and it has this gorgeous little edge to it, it looks like the bottom of a tree skirt. Each layer of our tree has a different type of Victorian lace. And you can do this with any type of fabric or ribbon. It's really just what you have on hand. For the topper, I was thinking of applying the little ribbon flower, but I think I want to stick to the star theme. I want to do a little crystal button. And this is a button, so I have to actually sew this to the tree. So again, prior to adding our topper, you want to create a little tag. And this way I can just add my little button right into the hole so that it's secure. And then you just place the thread through the hole, add a bit of glue underneath your crystal button, and through that little buttonhole is where you're going to create the little thread part of the tag. And you want to pull it nice and tight so that the button is secure. And of course you don't have to use a crystal button. You can use anything that you have. Stickers, like I did here. You can use anything as a topper. That is how easy it is to create beautiful little Christmas trees made out of baking cups, layered paper, all of the texture, and then decorating with the elements that you want, either beads, ribbons, paper, and even lace. This is one of the pages from the Christmas journal that I am very close to finishing up. Instead of a Christmas journal, it's going to be a Christmas scrapbook where I put so many beautiful Christmas ephemera pieces and sentiments and quotes. So essentially it's going to be like my yearly Christmas scrapbook where I put all of my favorite postcards, handmade ephemera pieces that I make, and it's going to turn into kind of like an heirloom Christmas book. I just can only imagine how gorgeous these little trees are going to look like throughout the pages of this journal. And because they're little tags, you can place them in pockets. Or you can even staple them to the page so that you can move them. This is from my Juniper Bloom kit, the beautiful wallpaper tree, and I think something like this would be gorgeous to add. I hope that this video has inspired you to create your own beautiful little miniature layered paper trees that you can turn into tags for your junk journals, your scrapbooks, your diaries, or even turn them into little ornaments for your actual Christmas tree. Imagine making different colored ones, and it's really just a matter of what colored baking cups you find. You can make them pink or green. I'm sure there's multiple colors and patterns that you can choose from, but I love the neutral colors. That is the whole theme of my Christmas journals this year. It's neutrals and greens and whites. So I couldn't be happier with this. I'm going to be creating a lot more because I want to put these as little gift tags for presents that I'm going to give to my loved ones this year. So imagine wrapping up a journal and then adding this as like a little gift tag. They're so pretty, so easy to make, and you can make them using pieces that you already have. Like everything I already had. The beads, the ribbon, the confetti stars that you can punch out, and then of course, tiny little pieces of lace. You can create them for little trees. I hope that you guys are enjoying your December so far. And make sure you check the Etsy shop ever so often because I'm going to be adding some one-of-a-kind inspiration bundles where it's just going to be, someone who's in the shop at that time will be able to pick a sweet little Christmas treat for themselves. I hope that you have an incredible day. Sending you so much peace and love and inspiration, and I hope that you are having some wonderful Christmas crafting to start off December. Until next time.